Dear friends, today we shall be discussing the standard on compilation of engagement, that is SRS 4410. When I say SRS essentially means standard on related services. So this standard is on related services. That means it is not on assurance services nor on review services where some assurance is provided. SRS are those related services where auditor does not give any assurance. So it is a related services standard, and in this management may ask a practitioner. Practitioner means the chartered accountant who is in practice to prepare and present historical financial information as per the need of the management. When we say that we are preparing or compiling certain information, this information can be historical financial information or non-financial information also, and in certain cases it may not be uh, historical financial information. So this standard say that though the standard has been drafted for the purpose of historical financial information, that means you can compile an historical financial information according to this standard, but in certain circumstances, if you want to compile some non-financial information or certain non-historical financial information, that means futuristic information, then you may adapt this standard subject to certain other requirements which you can look into. Those are standard on quality control or any other documentation or any other thing for that matter. So standard is very clear on this point. Now this historical financial information which you are preparing can be under different reporting framework. It can be IFRS reporting framework, it can be Indian GAAP or any other GAAP. So we must be clear, and our engagement letter should be very clear with the management that what all they need. And very particularly we should be clear in the engagement letter that the responsibility of this prepared compilation still lies with the management, because we are only facilitators of compilation. Ultimate responsibility still lies with the management, and we will do the compilation as per the information provided by the management. So management remains is responsible, and as I said that this is not a assurance engagement, so we don't need to verify the completeness of information given by the management or to obtain any evidence for that, but we must meet the ethical requirements, the quality control requirement, etc. The factors which may influence the kind of quality management is required in our work will be that who are the user of financial information, what are the provisions of the applicable law which applies to this kind of financial information which we are complying, and who are the external parties who may be involved, and whether our name is going to be made known to them. So all these things we have to take into factor, and then accordingly document our risks and be very careful about compilation of this engagement. And the report should never give any assurance. The format of report is given in the appendix of the standard, and users of this standard can go through the engagement letter which is given in the appendix of the standard, and also the specimen of the audit report where we say that this is only a compilation and we do not give any assurance on this. So after agreeing with the management in detail the engagement terms, then we have to have an overall quality management of the engagement, which will be performed by the engagement team, which includes engagement partner also, adherence to the quality standard. And now we come to performing an engagement under this standard. First and foremost, the practitioner or the chartered accountant should understand the entity's business and operation, including their accounting system and accounting records, the framework under which they have to report, and then based on those records, the information shall be compiled, and practitioner is supposed to discuss with the management and those who are charged with governance, and where any significant judgment is required or where he needs particular information. And prior to completion of the compilation engagement, the practitioner shall read the compiled financial information in light of the practitioner's understanding of the entity's business and operation. So that will give him a perspective whether the report is in consistence with the business or not. And in case management is unable to give the records and practitioner is unable to complete the engagement, he should communicate to the management and then withdraw, citing the reasons of withdrawal. So he is very clear that why he has withdrawn from a particular engagement. Sometime it may happen that practitioner become aware that in the course of engagement the compiled financial information are not adequately referring to the described and applicable financial reporting framework, and amendment is required in the financial information, and if the information is circulated without those amendments, it will be misleading. The practitioner shall propose the appropriate amendments to the management, and if the management declines or does not permit the practitioner to make the proposed amendments, the practitioner shall withdraw from the engagement and inform the management and those who are charged with the governance. If withdrawal from engagement is not possible, then practitioner shall determine the professional and legal responsibilities applicable in the circumstances. That means he may be required to take legal consultation in the circumstances, or he may be required to modify his audit report, or what kind of communication, that is a professional judgment is required in those circumstances. Practitioner should also take an acknowledgement from the management or those who are charged with governance, as it is appropriate, that they have taken the financial responsibility of the report and the financial version of the compiled financial information. So professional is only helping the management. The final responsibility of the compiled formation is of the management, and all these documentation should be maintained by the practitioner. Those are the significant matter, and those were addressed how they were addressed by the practitioner, or record how the compilation financial information reconciles with the underlying records, a copy of the final version of compiled financial information for which management has taken the responsibility, and accordingly he will conclude his report, and the report is given in the appendix to this standard, and specimen should be followed. Unless the circumstances are different, then this can be modified a little bit, but the essential part of the reports are that report should have a title, addressee, a statement that practitioner has only compiled the financial information and those information were provided by the management, the description of the responsibility of the management, the framework under which the report has been issued or the information has been compiled with, and report should also identify the financial information, including the title of each element of the financial information, and practitioner's responsibility in compiling the financial information, including that the engagement was performed according with this SRS. So here we must be very clear that if we are putting in report that we have compiled any information as per SRS 4410, then SR 4410 should be complied in toto and not in part. If we are complying in totality the SRS 4410, then only we can make a categorical information that we have compiled the financial information under this standard. And then we should describe in our report compilation engagement is engage is as per this SRS, and it should be mentioned that compilation engagement is not an assurance engagement, and that is why accuracy or completeness of the information is the responsibility of management, and practitioner has not responsible for that, and he does not provide an opinion thereon. So, and also describe the purpose for which the financial information is prepared, and draw attention to the readers of the report that the financial report is prepared with a special purpose framework, if it is so, and as a result it may or may not be suitable for other purposes: date of the report, practitioner's signature, and place where he has signed. So these are the general consideration of the audit report, and I think these are the general observations which we should be carrying out while conducting a compilation engagement. Feel free to write your questions in the comments. Thank you.